looking even warmer than today, highs in the upper 60s. I'll tell you our chances to see 70s coming up, but first your news starts right now.
A proposed bill in Illinois looking to shield underage drinkers in the event of an emergency. We break down what it means for your kids.
Districts are already going to be having to make some tough decisions going into next year, and this is just going to only exacerbate that.
Plus, a look at what schools will keep and what they may cut with new budget difficulties.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
Underage drinkers could have a way out of trouble with the police.
Illinois lawmakers are pushing a bill that pardons people who call 911 in times of over-drinking.
WMBD's Eugene Daniel joins us in studio. So, Eugene, how exactly does this bill work?
Maria and Paul, the House already said yes to the idea, and in a nutshell, if you are underage and go out drinking with a couple of buddies and one of you drinks too much, both of you could be off the hook with one phone call. Underage drinking, it happens everywhere. Most try to hide it, even in times of medical emergency.
If something's going on, I feel like that's the first thing kids usually think of. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble with the authorities.
I've seen a number of cases where kids have been sick and they probably needed to go to the hospital but didn't.
In fear of being caught sipping, drinkers under 21 often hesitate calling for help. One lawmaker wants this to stop.
I think it's really important because I think it encourages people to do the right thing.
State Rep Scott Drury's amnesty bill keeps concerned drinkers from punishment. If someone phones 911 for an underage drinker and fully cooperates with police, both could receive full legal immunity.
The data shows that every year there are thousands of people who are underage who need medical help and don't get it, and thousands of people who do need medical help and do get it. We just want to make it that the ones who need the help, that they get the help.
Bradley University adopted a similar policy back in 2008 and says it gives students the courage to call for help.
I can't say that it's necessarily increased the number that we've received, but it allows our students to know that they can take care of each other and that responsibility is shared. And to me, that's the most powerful message we have.
But the rule only covers school punishments. Students think lawmakers are headed in the right direction.
Everyone's going to be worried about them, and there's always those repercussions that you don't want to have. And I feel like this bill definitely settles some of those repercussions.
Certainly we're not condoning underage drinking, but the fact is that it happens. And when it happens, the punishment for drinking underage should not be death or some other, severe injury.
So say there's a group of people and someone needs help. The bill would actually cover up to 3 people. More than 20 other states already passed this law, and Drury hopes the bill will reach the governor's desk by April.
All right, Eugene, thanks. An Illinois State University fraternity suspended from campus for the next 3 years. Pi Kappa Alpha, also known as Pikes, didn't register a barn dance last October. ISU's chief of staff tells our news partner WJBC Radio the university offered a suspension, but the frat appealed it. And the appeals board found the fraternity and its members violated the student code of conduct. Now, about 150 people went to the unregistered barn dance party in Mackinac. McLean County deputies also arrested 13 people for underage drinking. They were in a van on the way to the party when it was involved in a crash. Pi Kappa Alpha will have to get approval with their national office and ISU to become a fraternity on campus again.
Tonight we're learning more about the victim of a deadly crash in rural McLean County. The 2-vehicle crash happened in rural Ellsworth just before 5 p.m. Saturday. McLean County coroner tells us Jay Koivu of Bloomington died from brain injuries. Koivu, who was wearing a seatbelt, was the driver of the car going westbound. As state police continue to investigate the crash, the coroner is waiting on toxicology results.
Well, current and former employees of Bradley University being told to keep a close eye on their financial records after the university was hacked. The FBI and IRS are investigating malware found on 2 university computers. The computers contain personal information, including social security numbers, and there have since been reports of fraudulent tax filings. Bradley is directing those who may have been impacted to visit bradley.edu/data breach. The school is also offering a 1-year subscription to an identification service.
The search is heating up for the next president of Bradley University. The school held its second open forum today, inviting members of the Bradley community to address the search committee. Several students and faculty members voiced frustrations and concerns, as well as what they would like to see in their next leader. Some teachers say they have noticed problems in recent years, including loss of key faculty members and lack of administrative transparency. Others recommend the committee hire someone who can fix the problems the university has sooner rather than later.
We have to fully understand the situation and then get, as I say, different horses for different courses, right? I mean, we have to get the right one.
Is an academic.
Current President Joanne Glasser is stepping down at the end of the academic year.
And now to a story from our Twin Cities newsroom. Recent cuts from Springfield seem to be affecting every school district across the state, and soon it could be up to you to determine what schools keep and what they cut for students. WMBD's Jacob Peklo explains. Now, and like Peoria's District 150, John Tree says a lot of the reduction in force notifications that have been given out across the region are more likely to stick this time around. It also means any kind of maintenance work that's not pressing will have to be pushed back.
District 87 is trying to make sure all its students have internet access at home. Pilot program would give families access to the internet at no charge. The district is working with Frontier to provide the service for its junior high students. The program currently connects around 30 families. District 87 says having web access at home will help level the playing field.
You're so cute. Well, a whole dose of cuteness is wandering through the halls of OSF St. Francis Medical Center, but there's more to these dogs than being adorable. In fact, the job they do is making them and their owners our CI heroes tonight. Take a look.
You're not falling. Are you a little bit scared?
When they put on the badge, they know it's time to work. Tonks and Crosby make quite the team. Two four-legged friends, complete opposites, with one common goal.
Hi.
I think they're really smart. I think they have a sixth sense or something that they know that they're making people happy and making a difference.
For patients like Emily.
All week I wanted to just like cuddle with a dog.
And Carlene.
Oh, okay.
We can come into a room and you can just sense the whole mood in the room, just like, oh, there's a dog here, wonderful. You know, it's just a complete change. And it's just nice to be able to bring that.
You don't have to be a certain breed for the work they do. You just have to have a lot of love and be able to mind your manners.
Tonks, where you going, dude?
Tonks owner Robin says she didn't think much of her dog's more mild demeanor until one day it clicked.
As she got older, and I just realized, you know, she's pretty calm for a Ridgeback, and you know, and then I saw the flyer, and that really kind of struck a chord. I said, yeah, I need to do this. I think I get at least as much out of bringing her around as the patients themselves.
Crosby, not as much, but he's a man on a mission when he knows he's on the clock.
When he's at home, he doesn't act like this. He doesn't act like a therapy dog and a real calm. I mean, he's ready to play and romp and roar and stuff, you know, but when he gets here, he gets a different brain and just knows he's got to be with, you know, the patients and help them smile a little bit.
There are plenty of those with these guys around. Healing, too. And while it can get exhausting, when your job is to make people light up and feel a little better, it gives working like a dog a whole new meaning.
They feel what we feel and what's around them, and I think that's why they're so good at what they do.
Now, the volunteers are part of a program called Paws for Healing, and they're always looking for more dogs and owners to help out at the hospital. Of course, we'll put all that information on our website, cibrown.com, so you can learn more if you want to. There are about 18 teams that do this,
yeah.
And they are just, it's fantastic to see because they really do. They know when they are at work and when they have a job to do.
Yeah, it's amazing how smart the dogs are and how well they adapt in those situations, like you saw, like the woman said. Just running around at home, but you know when it's work, right? We all know when it's work.
Exactly. They're on a mission, and you can tell, and they really brighten up some days, too. So that was pretty cool to see.
That was nice. All right, still ahead, a religious freedom law causing controversy in Indiana. How a similar law in Illinois stacks up and the key difference between the two. But first, Rachel?
We had a beautiful day out there today. We broke 70 in Peoria, but not all of central Illinois was that warm. I'll tell you when. It looks like all of us will break the 70s coming up after the break.
CI Heroes, brought to you by CEFCU.
Spring is here, and that means severe weather season. WMVD and WIZZ have partnered with Fortner Insurance Agency to get you ahead of the storm. Log on to CIProud.com for your chance to win an emergency weather alert radio.
CI Heroes is my chance to share the amazing stories of friends and neighbors doing great things across Central Illinois. Do you know someone who deserves to be nominated as a CI Hero? Email me their story to ciheroes@wmbd.com.
What you get out of a field depends on what you put in it, especially when it comes to nitrogen. That's why Climate Pro lets you easily track the nitrogen in every field. Learn how Climate Pro can help achieve your yield targets and more. Contact your dealer.
UFS, famous for deals on Adams Street, downtown Peoria. 10 minutes from anywhere.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. It's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $8,400 on this Enclave.
Goods Furniture has a wide selection of furniture to fit every budget. Take a break from the day and enjoy a delicious lunch in our Wine Cellar restaurant. Goods Furniture, Kewanee, Illinois.
I was looking for a car that fit my budget and personality. Bob Lindsay Honda worked with me to find the perfect fit.
For years, Honda's had the best resale value in the industry.
Bob Lindsay Honda.
Where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
You can't fix what you can't see, and you can't be everywhere at once. That's why Climate Pro helps you prioritize scouting locations no matter where you are. Learn how Climate Pro can help you monitor field health and more. Contact your dealer.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Now, your local weather authority, WMBD 31 meteorologist Rachel Kay.
We had such a gorgeous afternoon, a really great way to start off the work week, and some of us broke 70 degrees. High in Peoria today was 71. We hit 70 in Lincoln and Macomb as well. Not everywhere was quite so warm. High in Bloomington was only 65. Many of us only saw the mid-60s, but really still a beautiful day. You can't complain about the mid-60s. Great start to the work week and a dry night ahead. Quiet on our KBL Design Center Skycam right now. Across the area, of course, we're cooling down, but still a warm evening, 58 degrees at the Peoria Airport right now. Winds a little breezy though. Those are coming from the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but at least with the warm air, not too worried about that wind chill. Feels like a nice evening out there. And in terms of the next couple of days, you can see off towards our west, warmer air, the green, warmer air, the blue kind of starting to push out of our area. That means we're looking at a warming trend for at least the next couple of days. And along with the warmer air, we're nice and dry. Storm tracker showing some cloud cover working its way through right now. There are some showers to our north, but those are going to stay to our north, so we've got a dry, quiet night ahead. And in terms of temperatures, we're looking to drop down to about the mid-40s overnight, so that's what we're looking to start off with the day tomorrow. A little bit breezy, those winds coming from the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour across the evening hours. Tomorrow morning, lots of sunshine though coming back out. We should hit 60 degrees by noon tomorrow if you want to plan to take your lunch outside. Highs tomorrow afternoon, most of us very similar to today in the upper 60s, maybe a couple of degrees warmer for some of us. Still the chance to see 70 though in Peoria. Maybe some of us will be a little bit luckier and see 70 across central Illinois, but I think Wednesday is really the day when things are going to start to warm up across the board. Even outside of the city, we're looking to be in the mid 60s by noon on Wednesday, the low to mid 70s for our highs across the area. Now, we're looking to stay sunny for the next couple of days, but not forever. You can see on Storm Tracker here we are starting off Wednesday, clear skies. Not a cloud in the sky as we go throughout the day on Wednesday, but Thursday morning we'll start to see some showers work their way back in. You can see some of those areas of heavier rain, the orange and the yellow. There is a slight chance we'll see some thunderstorms working their way through with this system, but you can see it's not completely widespread, kind of scattered on again, off again showers. And as we head into the day on Friday, we'll see some more lingering rain. Friday also looking a little bit cooler with highs back down into the low 50s. We'll be right back.
They call it the town of smiles. But after a tornado tore through Eagle, Wisconsin, a silver lining seemed like too much to hope for. So it's worth mentioning that as Mary pedaled her bike between the fallen oak trees and over the hill, as she saw West Bend's mobile headquarters parked smack dab in front of a restaurant, she couldn't help herself. She was smiling. Maybe it was fate that caused us to park the responder right in that spot. Or maybe with every road in town blocked off, there was nowhere else to go. But as it turned out, it was exactly where Mary needed us to be. With power for the refrigeration units and 6 inches of water cleaned up, by 6 o'clock the next morning, Mary was serving her delicious meals to everyone in town. And as she wiped away her tears, Mary realized that the town of Smiles was already on its way back. If you have something you can't afford to lose, ask your independent agent about the silver lining.
Chevy trucks always find new roads to conquer. We started with the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. And now, introducing the pickup that unanimously won the 2015 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. All made of high-strength steel, only at one place, your Chevy dealer. Now during Silverado Truck Month, get a total value of $7,750 on select Silverado 1500s in stock the longest.
See Uptree Chevrolet in Washington for this great deal. City Councilwoman Beth Jensen, an independent voice for all of Peoria. Beth Jensen is an innovative leader who works hard to bring much-needed infrastructure and economic development to Peoria. Beth Jensen, building consensus in the City Council and our neighborhoods to make Peoria a better place for everyone.
I'm Beth Jensen, and I'm asking for your vote on April 7th.
Make your voice heard. Cast all 5 votes for Beth Jensen.
This portion of WMBD 31 News is brought to you by Illinois Center for Pain and Rehab.
Not everyone is destined to be an elite athlete, but for those with chronic knee pain, performing even the simplest task can be a challenge. Thankfully, ICPR has a solution. Proven up to 90% effective, ICPR's knee arthritis program delivers medicine to the exact point it's needed most. Now you can play harder, run faster, live fuller.
Limit the pain, not the activity. There's nothing like your natural knee.
Call for a free consultation.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 10.
Indiana catching a lot of attention for its new religious freedom law, but it turns out several states have a similar law, including right here in Illinois. But there is one major difference. Indiana's new law leaves the chance that businesses could refuse services based on sexual orientation. But a law professor at ICC tells us Illinois already has passed several other laws protecting gays and lesbians. Peoria even has an ordinance against discrimination based on sexual orientation.
Some of the larger cities, Bloomington and Indianapolis, might have ordinances, but they do not have a statewide protection against discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation.
Now, the reason it's up to individual states is because the federal government doesn't have a nationwide anti-discrimination law for gays and lesbians.
Recent cuts from Springfield seem to be affecting every school district across the state, and soon it could be up to you to determine what schools keep and what they cut from students. WMBD's Jacob Peklo explains.
Out and it gets to the point where we can no longer.
Dr. Andrew Wise has been busy with the budget in his second year as Olympia superintendent.
We do the best we can with what we have. But when you lose $400,000 a year in state funding, it makes it very hard to keep those academic levels.
The district, which spans across 5 counties, has lost half of its expected state aid since 2009 and cut its workforce by 1/3 since 2007. But still, the school board is staring down a $1.3 million deficit.
Reserves are dwindling, and we can no longer make it with what we have in our savings.
It's why Olympia will take out more than $5 million in bonds to keep the doors open. Last summer, they were finally able to repair this portion of the roof, but they still have another half or 75,000 feet to go. But they won't be able to get to it until they can address their personnel and their payroll and their operations.
If we had the dollars, we could go take care of those projects now and not put so much time, effort, and money into Band-Aids to get us through.
Like deferred maintenance type things.
Regional Superintendent of Schools Mark Jontry says every district he oversees will be looking at slashing programs and payroll.
Districts obviously try to mitigate that as much as they can, but if you don't have the money and you've got to cram more kids in a classroom, that's the net outcome.
So Jontry says every district is going to have to ask the taxpayers to make difficult decisions about what they'd really like to see.
it's a double-edged sword. That financial recognition is being diminished because the state resources are being diminished. It's not really because of any mismanagement from the district's perspective.
In Stanford, Jacob Peklo, WMBD 31 News.
And like Peoria's District 150, John Tree says a lot of the reduction in force notifications that have been given out across the region are more likely to stick around this time. It also means any kind of maintenance work that's not pressing will have to be pushed back. An Illinois State graduate is reaching out to her alma mater to help save a music program in the Windy City. Colleen Berger, who works in Chicago, turned to Carl Thacker and his son Travis to help fix band instruments for kids at Richards Career Academy. The music program was on its last legs, but over the past 2 years, the Thackers have been able to fix nearly 50 instruments for them. All agree it's making a big difference.
It's always neat to see music continue on, and also people that might not have had the opportunity to be involved with music or involved with band to actually have that opportunity. So it's a big deal to us.
On instruments that are in ill repair, you're just not going to learn it or be motivated to continue to learn an instrument if it doesn't play correctly. So them, offering to, volunteer really to repair these instruments is huge, because our students really wouldn't have had that opportunity otherwise.
RCA was able to hire a full-time band director this year. They hope to put on their first performance sometime next fall.
Well, Bradley's new coach has a lot of work ahead of him. Kurt has that story and your thoughts on the new hire. That's still ahead in sports. But first, here's a look at the day on Wall Street.
Ooh, shiny! Found my new car. That's totally you. Getting it today? Yep. Where'd you get your loan? Dunno. You got the shiny covered, but your loan? Well, you should ask for a CEFCU loan. They got me the best deal.
So I get my shiny and keep some green?
Yep, it's that easy. Just ask for the CEFCU car loan. Low rates, no hidden fees, quick approval, easy. Call or visit CEFCU.com/car to get started. CEFCU, not a bank. Better.
Do your fields have enough nitrogen to make it through the season? Climate Pro lets you easily track the nitrogen in each field and more for just $3 an acre. And right now, try 250 acres free or enroll the whole farm for only $1,500. Contact your dealer today.
Getting to Houston for business or pleasure is easy with non-stop flights to this Texas hub from the Peoria International Airport. With our free parking, friendly faces, and shorter lines, you'll get to Houston and any of its connecting flights in no time. Fly Peoria and start your trip off right. Peoria International Airport, connecting you to the world.
Do you feel unchallenged in your current job or position? Do people tell you that you're a natural problem solver? Do you just love to help other people? Do you find yourself naturally taking the lead when interacting with others? If you answered yes to these questions, WMBD 31 may have an opportunity for you in television sales. Send your resume and cover letter today at the address on your screen. WMBD 31 is an equal opportunity employer.
Do you know which acres are performing and which ones aren't? Climate Pro helps you monitor field health and more for just $3 an acre. And right now, try 250 acres free or enroll the whole farm for only $1,500. Contact your dealer today.
This portion of WMBD 31 News is brought to you by the Central Illinois Auto Show.
Check it out.
Coming to the Celebrity Center this year, King Robota, the world's greatest 8-foot-tall robot. Don't miss this fun-filled show all weekend long, including talking, singing, and even dancing. Friday is Family Day. A great value at $8 gets 2 adults and 2 children aged 15 and under admitted. Sponsored by Auto Trader. All at the Central Illinois Auto Show, April 10th through April 12th at the Peoria Civic Center.
The Central Illinois Auto Show. You gotta check it out.
Now, WMBD 31 Sports.
Day one as new coach at Bradley in the books. Brian Werdle trying to rebrand Bradley basketball and trying to reassure Josh Cunningham that the best place for him is still Bradley. Werdle, who was introduced as the BU coach on Saturday, knows keeping Bradley's prized freshman in a Braves uniform needs to be a priority. It's not uncommon for players to leave their schools when there's a coaching change, so Werdle hopes to find common ground with Cunningham.
I have talked to Josh, I've talked to his mother, and we're hoping to sit down here soon and
be able to get to know each other, build a relationship, and share my vision. So looking forward to that opportunity.
Wordle, by the way, has already made a scholarship offer to a high school player in Wisconsin. On our Facebook page, we asked you for your thoughts on Bradley's hire of Brian Wordle as head coach. Amelia says Bradley needs to keep Illinois talent in Illinois. That's across the board, and hopefully we can see a program that can do that. Trey writes, he did a very good job in Green Bay, and the big question will be, can he recruit? Chris adds that the hiring of Brian Wordle from Green Bay seems like a lateral move. Thank you for your comments. The hottest team on Bradley's campus these days, the baseball squad, which opened the Valley season with a series win over Southern Illinois this weekend. The Braves are 19-6, and those 19 wins represent a school record for number of victories before April 1st.
Looking at our schedule, you kind of, as soon as it comes out, you kind of go, oh, I think we can get this series and all that. And yeah, I think we looked at each series and we said, well, we can win each of these series. And really what we're hoping we can do is continue that hot streak and actually put together a really impressive season in the league.
Bradley is home tomorrow night, 6 p.m. against St. Louis U. Beautiful spring day for some high school baseball. First stop, Morton. Potters hosting Notre Dame, and Morton's Dan Bolt is going to smoke this line drive to deep center. He is going to leg it out for a triple and would come around later to score to put the Potters on the board. Nice outing from Morton starting pitcher Mitchell Smith. Gets Peter Hanley swinging here. And then in the third inning, it's Colin Moorman. He's going to go up the middle. Ryan Altenberger is going to hustle around and score. And the Potters beat the Irish 4-2 to improve to 5-0. East Peoria and Normal Community go back and forth all game this afternoon. This is Jay Gilhouse with the single to left. Ryan Bauman will score. Iron up 5-3 after that rally, but EP would storm back. Jake Plummer is going to smash one to left. Noah Horning is going to cross the plate on that double. That puts the Raiders back in front, and in the sixth, the tying run is at third, but Colin Deering is going to get his strikeout. And the Raiders rally for a 9-6 win over Normal Community. Prep softball also has a Big 12 versus Middle Illini showdown. Notre Dame at Limestone. What a day for Notre Dame's Marcy Serrano. A homer and 2 RBI doubles. Here's one of those doubles. To center, it brings around Chloe Peterson. And pitcher Mackenzie Stokes had a nice game, too, for the Irish. She fanned 13 hitters, keeps Limestone off the board, pitches out of a bases-loaded jam here, and the Irish win it 9-0. First day of the Intercity Soccer Tournament. U-High taking on Normal Community. The Pioneers on the attack. Abigail Crockett off the crossbar. Sarah Lafayette there for the rebound goal, her second of the game. With under 3 minutes to play, this is going to be Normal's Kayla Bird, whose shot's going to go off the post and in, but it's not enough, as U-High is a road winner tonight. 2-1. Briefly, the Cubs say that 3 of their hot young prospects will start the year in Triple-A, not on the big league roster. Chris Bryant, Addison Russell, and ex-Peoria Chief Javier Baez. Finally, it's set up for a terrific Final Four. 2 Big Ten schools headed to Indianapolis. Look at this welcome home for the Wisconsin Badgers. 1 week from tonight, we'll have the NCAA title game. Michigan State, Wisconsin, Duke, and Kentucky. Some heavy-hitting teams. And the partying has already begun.
Yeah, it looks fun. They're welcoming home their team.
Wasn't this a down year for the Big Ten?
Right, quote-unquote down.
And then 2 teams in the Final Four.
Quote.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, don't go away. Rachel back right after this.
This portion of WMBD 31 News sponsored by...
Where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
This weekend at American Freight, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Get a twin and a full and a queen. Get a queen and a king, 2 kings, 2 queens, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Famous names like Simmons, Stewart, and Hamilton. Free layaway, same-day delivery. This weekend only at American Freight, 1503 Washington Road in Washington. Phone 444-4111.
I had a client run a red light, hit a minivan, even got the ticket. Minivan calls for medical bills and lost wages.
How did you deny the claim?
I used the old blame the victim trick. Thank you.
Blame the victim. I love it. What is it?
Minivan hired Strong Law. They know all my tricks.
But if they can get to you, they can get to all of us.
Accident claim denied? Get Strong.
Sweating all day and night with no end in sight? Get trouble-free. Chilled to the bone in your own home? Get trouble-free. Got brown water in your bath and toilet?
Get trouble-free. Don't waste your time and money with a dying unit. Call Trouble-Free today. We use American-made, professional-grade, hard-working machines. You can rest assured that our systems will work season after season with little maintenance. Call Trouble-Free Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today. Our all-star team will make you smile.
My dentist keeps me smiling.
All day long. My dentist is in my hometown.
Yep, real close. My dentist takes care of my teeth.
So I can keep them forever.
My dentist prevents toothaches by keeping my teeth clean.
My dentist treats me like family.
My dentist makes me feel comfortable.
I'm not nervous at all. My dentist works with my insurance.
I like that.
My dentist is Dr. Stephen Dickey at Total Dental Care in Pekin.
When you want a little spice in your life, it's Good Tequila's Mexican Grill. At 2 great locations, across from Grand Prairie and near Northwoods Mall on Glen. No one has better margaritas than us. Good Tequila's Mexican Grill.
From picking the perfect color to our outstanding no prep, no prime formula, Menards and Dutch Boy make transforming your world easy. Go Dutch. Dutch Boy Platinum Paint. Available at Menards.
All right, here's a look at your winning lottery numbers tonight. Pick 3, 2, 4, 1. Pick 4, 1, 5, 2, 7. Lucky day 1, 18, 22, 39, 44. And Lotto tonight 12, 16, 37, 48, 49, and 52. And it was a great Monday.
Yeah, you know, even if we
weather-wise.
didn't win the lottery, it was a lucky day, I think, for everyone because we had such a beautiful start to the week. And we have a couple more nice days to look forward to. Tomorrow, it looks like we might hit the upper 60s, maybe 70 here in Peoria. Wednesday, I think we're going to hit the 70s across the board before the rain chances start to come back. Friday looking a little bit cooler, but nice week ahead.
All right, looks great. Thanks
Can't
so much,
complain.
Rachel. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.